Welcome everybody to a look at a slightly older release. I believe this came out in December of last year, but it is 1990s Quigley Down Under. So this is directed by Simon Windsor, who also did Harlequin and The Phantom. It's a western clocking in at 120 minutes long. Stars the likes of Tom Selleck, who I've not seen much in terms of film roles. The only properly leading role that he's been in that I've seen is Runaway, but obviously he's more well known for his TV work with Magnum PI. Also stars Alan Rickman, who was in Die Hard, Galaxy Quest, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and Eye in the Sky. So this is about American Matt Quigley, who answers Australian land baron Elliot Marston's ad for a sharpshooter to kill the dingoes on his property. But when Quigley finds out that Marston's real target is the Aborigines, Quigley hits the road. Now, even American expatriate Crazy Cora can't keep Quigley safe in his cat and mouse game with the homicidal Marston. So I was surprised how much I enjoyed this upon first watch, considering it hardly reinvents the Western genre, but thanks in part to its Australian setting and the plot primarily focusing on its characterization, this managed to be highly engrossing throughout. The cast was also great, it is well paced, the locales are well used, the score is genuinely superb, the cinematography is well done, the action scenes are excellent, and there are several entertaining character interactions. Crucially, though, and this is where this kind of sets it apart from maybe other efforts, especially from in terms of Western films from the 50s and 60s, it treats the Aborigine people with respect while highlighting the kind of atrocities that were committed against them, as well as showing our lead not thinking for 1 second to kill them when asked to do so for money, even though it's a great amount of money. He doesn't even flinch and just says no and walks out. So, yeah, and obviously there aren't many westerns to deal with Aborigines as an enemy or people to kill. Usually it was Native Americans for Western films in the 50s and 60s, but you certainly didn't see very many that treated them as human beings and treated them as people not to hunt down and kill and basically execute everyone in sight. So, yeah, really, really excellent. Sets it apart, and it's something that I don't think many people got really cared about when they were reviewing this back in 1990. A lot of people were quite scathing of this. It doesn't have a particularly high Rotten Tomato score, and yet the kind of anti-racism aspect to this just seems to have been kind of brushed under the carpet for some reason. But regardless, this has been released by Capelight, I believe, who I believe are a Dutch Blu-ray distributor. So they've not released much over here in the UK, although I do believe they're releasing Ronin on 4K later this year. But this is a Blu-ray and DVD release, and it's in this kind of media book aspect, which I really rather like the look of. Puts the original artwork on the front there and some artwork on the back, and then you've got the Blu-ray on the right there, and then you've got a 24-page booklet on the inside. So on the inside, we've got the story of Quigley Down Under. And then you've got a script under construction, John Hill in search of a breakthrough. Then you've got development hell, a decade of setbacks. New era of gunslingers, King Quigley rides the western wave. A very personal vision. Simon Windsor takes over the production. So it's basically just going through the history of this film. A dark history illuminated Aboriginal people and xenophobia in Australia, which is, like I said, a really, really crucial theme in this film, and yeah, one I highly respect. Then you got a look at the cast and the crew, the wild crew in front of and behind the camera, detail-orientated filming. Welcome to the Australian outback. Then you got the ride to the big screen, closing words from Simon Windsor. And yeah, so you've also got shots from the film included inside. So yeah, it's really nice. And then you've got the DVD at the back with what looks like a another kind of poster, which is nice. And then you've got a bunch of special features on the disc itself. So you've got Finding Crazy Cora, an interview with Laura San Giacomo. This one shoots a mic further, an interview with weapons expert Mike Tristano. Then you got Futurette, the rebirth of westerns, TV spots, and the theatrical trailer as well. So yeah, a really, really nice release. I'm really surprised that this passed me by because I absolutely adored this film when I watched it I think a couple of years ago. So yeah, I'm really surprised that I didn't notice that it came out last year. But I do highly, highly recommend this film, especially if you're into your westerns. And to be honest, I think it's a bit underrated considering, you know, Unforgiven came out a couple of years later. And as great as that film is, I still feel that this is a little bit more on my kind of wavelength, to be honest. I love the Unforgiven, no doubt about that, but personally, I slightly prefer this. But still, 4.5 out of 5 for this, which is obviously quite a high score. And yeah, for me, it's one of the best westerns from past its golden era, to be honest. I think only really likes a Pale Rider would be able to compete with it, to be honest. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.